Mr. Milquetoast, Golden Age Superman wasn't above tossing somebody off a building and letting nature take its course. Batman's also murdered in every movie. Just saying.
No, you put them to sleep.
Hey, people, I don't have to save you. You're still killing me.
Sleeping.
He's asleep.
No, wait, what?
Look at that poor little guy. He's all tuckered out.
Young drunk!
All right, guys, episode 8, Muscle Geeks. Sorry for being late. It's not my fault. It's not anyone else's fault except Steve and Derek's. You guys want to apologize?
Traffic. Business.
Fair enough. All right, so today we have a spooky related show. Not on purpose, but that's just the way it went. We're also going to be, we're talking about a lot of trailers. It's a trailer heavy show, a little bit of movie news, and then a spoiler review. But we're going to start with our true and false. But before we do that, Muscle Weeks, this is Marshmallow.
Muscle Weeks.
Before we start, let's do our introduction. So to my left is co-host, fellow Muscle Geek, Derek.
What's up, guys? Thanks for coming out.
To my right, Steven.
That's it.
Yeah, dude, I'm not talking to you
The
right
face of this fucking thing.
You're not the
And
face of this.
Okay, let's take it to the polls.
now.
Take
No,
it
all
to the polls.
right. We also, listen, Muscle, this is
Fuck
called
yeah.
Muscle Geeks, right? It's not called
right.
Muscle Boys. It's not
That's
called
right.
Muscle Fellas.
Not the muscle men.
You know,
Yeah,
we
but
can
we
have
could
a
probably
lady's
drop the S and
perspective
just
here.
have Muscle Geek.
Yeah, you're on one today, buddy. Come late and you're talking like this. We have Courtney on here. Her Twitch handle is flannel_queen. What's up, Courtney?
Hello, gents. Hello.
All right.
Thank you for joining today, Courtney.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you for being
no
on time, too.
problem.
Oh.
Let's be real. I should be the face of this podcast. I mean,
That's fair.
That is great. And I'm sorry, subbing for Terry today is our main man with the coolest name, Dylan. Dylan.
Hey guys, how we doing? I didn't set my camera up. I didn't think my muscles were big enough to
You got a name like
To
Dylan.
get
You are
on the
an
podcast.
honorary muscle geek tonight, pal.
All right. Love it. Thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
All right.
Hell
So
yeah.
listen, how to watch us. So guys, please subscribe to Courtney's stream as well. What do you do for Twitch? I'm 41 years old. I'm learning, but I don't know how to say it the right way.
Dude,
Subscribe.
yeah. Subscribe.
Subscribe.
to Twitch.
Twitch is follow. YouTube is subscribe.
Yeah, follow Courtney's Twitch. Again, it's flannel_queen. So it's flannel_queen. Make sure you like this video, like this stream, comment. Everyone start getting your true and false in the chat. First 5 people to read them, we're going to engage with it. But also, let's do some house cleaning. So, Steve, Dungeons and Dragons this week, for those of you that haven't watched, Steve's been on a Dungeons and Dragons campaign for the first 3 weeks, these last 3 weeks. He's never done it before. And he's had a lot of things going on, like guys talking to him like gals and flirting and trying to take advantage of him in the woods. Steve, take it away.
I still can't believe I played that fucking game. I mean, it's wild. But yeah, dude, week 3. Not too crazy last night. You know, just a lot of traveling. Got some battles. But we got a good crew. We persevered with minimal damage. Stevie G, dude, likes to throw curveballs. So one of my mates got sent to prison
Yeah,
for doing magic in the kingdom, which is not allowed.
that's unspeakable.
You need a license.
Yeah.
So
Don't
they
do that
threw him
shit.
in the clink,
Yeah.
and we were trying to think how we could get him out. And what he didn't know is Stevie G set him up in there.
Oh,
Oh, no.
it's
Threw
a
him in
trap.
the- yeah.
Magic trap.
Fucking sabotaged him.
Yeah.
A little diddler in there.
Oh,
Oh, wait. Stevie G the diddler?
Stevie G the diddler.
Oh, no.
Throws him in the dungeon.
yeah.
And then in the corner, he starts painting the picture of the dungeon, and all of a sudden he starts doing some creepy like breathing and
Okay.
like whatever.
Mm.
And it's some like vampire thing trying to diddle my mans. And I don't know what it is, if Stevie G's trying to live out a fantasy via D&D.
Yeah, dude, there's a lot of like sexual innuendo that happens in your Dungeons and Dragons. I
Yeah.
don't think that's the game,
Yeah.
dude. I think you
Dude.
need to like think you need to like contact
It's
someone outside of this thing.
Yeah,
maybe find a
it's,
new group.
It's not even the group. Like my two mates, man, we're doing well. It's the dungeon master. He's, but but honestly, I know like I clown him and he's freaking me out a little bit, but he is good.
Okay.
But yeah, it was pretty good. Like I said, kind of slow yesterday, just kind of traveling, figuring it out. But yeah, my man got thrown into prison when we had to get him away from this diddler.
Damn.
So
It was
that's
like
your
stroke. Like, all right, that's not the right word.
Bro.
Yeah.
Like petting him
yeah
and then like trying to take his blood, but like in a weird, creepy way.
yeah.
Mm.
And then like we get done and he calls me. He's like, "So what'd you think about the diddler?" And I'm like, "You scuff!" Like what the fuck? Like, and he starts laughing. I'm like, "Dude, what the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah,
Like,
something's, I don't know. I think you need
Yeah, I think this guy's projecting a little bit.
Yeah, dude.
Maybe-
I don't.
maybe he
I
needs,
think you need to
have a
call
talk.
like a parent into the thing. So yeah, that's Steve's inappropriate Dungeons and Dragons week 3 wrap up.
Nice.
Stay tuned for next week.
Can't wait to hear
I hope
more.
he gets out of prison
Yeah.
unaccosted.
Can't wait to hear what happens next.
So also, so Derek, you've been on a return to the Iron.
Yeah,
Why don't you talk about it?
it's been good. I took a break for a while, dad life and work and all that fun stuff, but good to be back. Got 5 days in last week, which just feels great mentally. You don't see like a big physical thing yet after 1 week, but up here feels great.
Yeah.
Like it's just nice to be back in that routine and doing stuff I like and pushing myself again. So excited to see where I land here in a few months.
Good for you, dude.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah, it's tough taking like some time, like significant time off, and then trying to get back in that grind. So
Yeah, for sure, man.
keep at it, man.
I'm definitely a head case too. So if I
Oh,
don't get
yeah.
if I don't get my gym time, I'm like,
Yeah.
dysmorphia time, baby. Like, so yeah, it's good to be back in there.
All right, guys.
That's it. I'll start doing some updates
Derek's
on the stories.
week 1
and,
update.
Yeah. We'll do
Keep at
some
it, brother.
weigh-ins and all that stuff. And
Yeah.
we'll have a good time.
Keep
I
at
keep
it.
taking great supplement stacks from Alpha Flight Nutrition at Philly Gains.
Thanks, buddy.
It's true though. It's good shit.
Steve, do you do it? No? All right.
Well, I'm sorry. What?
No, never mind.
Okay.
All right, so let's just
Vitamin
jump
C.
into the true and false segment. So listen, anything that you guys want to talk about, true or false, in our sphere. So that's like true or false, Superman's costume is incredible. It's the best that there's ever been. And then we would just each answer that question with a little bit of like, analysis of why we came up with either true or false. We'll have 2 go-arounds at it. So each guy will have 2, and gal. And Derek, do you want to kick us off?
Yeah. I'm going to stay relevant to some of the stuff we're talking about this week. And I think we've brought this up before. I'm going to say true or false. There is a 90s horror revival happening between I Know What You Did Last Summer, Scream coming back, Final Destination. Like,
You just sound like you're just making it true.
I'm just saying, but is it going to stick? I guess. Like, is it is it wanted, or did everyone get the same idea at once? And this is going to be like, you know what? We tried it, and it's going to disappear again.
Well, Courtney, why don't you go first?
Yeah, I think that that's true. And honestly, I hope that the parody movies come back with it
I agree.
because those were some great parody movies.
Like not another teen movie and
That
stuff
was
like
great.
Well, they
Chris
did
Evans
a,
in that's awesome.
They confirmed the Wayans brothers confirmed there another scary movie's coming out.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
There
Oh
we
my
go.
god, there
Hell
it
yeah.
is.
They're like in the
That's
process
hilarious.
of. I think the script's done. I think they're like trying to get it going. But yeah, I did
Oh, that's
see
sick.
something.
The
Yeah.
first 3 of those were awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take my strong hand.
Yeah.
This is my strong arm.
They were
Hi,
hilarious.
germs.
Steve, true or false? What do you think?
I don't know. I think Derek sold it, but like I didn't know until like, this past week when we were talking about it, but like it's a nice surprise because those 2 movies definitely, especially I Know What You Did Last Summer, like that trailer that they showed, hit home. That was like one of the first
Yeah,
movies.
it looked pretty good, right?
Yeah, it didn't look bad at all. But I remember that movie specifically, I Know What You Did Last Summer, was like one of the first movies my mom or like my parents had to take me to. And I thought it was like the best thing ever. Like
That's
that and
cool.
Scream as like my childhood. Like I was Scream for Halloween for like 10 years. Just
You're
rocking.
probably eating fucking Twizzlers when you're watching it, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, boring.
But yeah, so whether it's true or not, it's a nice surprise and I'm looking forward to it for sure.
I'm gonna just say true, bro.
Word.
I think
Nice.
we have like Scream still out and about. We had what was the death one?
Final Destination.
Final Destination came out
Destination.
and about. I Know What You Did Last Summer. There's talk of like a Freddy.
Yeah. Are they doing is it a series?
Is it a Freddy vs. Chucky? I've been seeing stuff
No.
that.
There's like a Freddy's. There's
Surprised that
rumors
hasn't
of like a
happened yet.
Nightmare
Yeah.
on Elm Street coming back.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I'm definitely gonna say true on this, and I hope it is too, because
Yeah, me
90s
too.
are when I grew up, so like the horror franchises of
Yeah.
that era,
Yeah, remember all the Scream masks you
Untouchable.
see on Halloween as a kid?
Yeah,
All
dude.
that stuff was awesome.
like how culturally significant Scream was. They kind of like broke the fourth wall in some ways, man. The movie was awesome,
Cool. This might be the first time we've all agreed on something.
and that's a Wes Craven film,
Wow.
dude.
It's gonna be a good
Honestly,
time.
I think the Book Talk girlies are responsible for bringing Scream back.
Steve, what do you got? Do you have a true or false?
Mhm.
Well, let's hear your very thought out, very prepared true and false. True or false?
First one.
Yeah.
True or false? Wolverine can take Hulk.
Oh,
Derek?
Wolverine can take Hulk. Oh man, I'm just like stories rushing to my head right now. I'm gonna say false.
It pains me to say it, but I agree with you, Derek.
Yeah,
Wolverine's my favorite. I don't
I
think
love
he
the
stands
guy.
a chance.
Dude, so I believe Wolverine was introduced in a comic where he was in Canada hunting down the Hulk.
yeah.
That
Wasn't
was
he
like
first
his thing.
created to like that was like supposed to be like
He was a Hulk villain, but he was
Yeah.
also, he started off in Alpha Flight, which is the Canadian
he
equivalent
wasn't
of
an
X-Men.
original X-Men. He wasn't written for X-Men.
No.
No,
Yeah, then
No,
he
yeah.
somehow I forget how they merged him in, but he was like put to take down
Yeah.
the Hulk.
Well, yeah, he was,
yeah. The Weapon X program, like
Yeah.
they just built this guy to take out everyone.
could he
Like,
take the Hulk? Like, I don't know. Like,
I think he could stand up to him for a while.
The
for
cop
sure.
out question is
But-
like whatever
I
the
guess, like, does he
writer wants
win?
it to do.
Well, yeah.
The
But
healing factors are broken on both of those characters.
yeah.
Like,
Well, like, does Hulk's strength like level up to Wolverine's healing factor? You know what I mean? Because the Hulk could beat the shit out of him, but if Wolverine's still healing, you know what I mean? Who's gonna win that?
Yeah, but I mean if Hulk just rips him apart.
right, Hulk has
can't
the
tear
same
the
healing
adamantium.
factor though. So I mean, while he's beating the shit out of Logan, he's healing at the same time, and he's getting angrier. He's just getting stronger and healing. I don't think Wolverine can take him.
I'm gonna say,
I-
go ahead, Courtney.
Go ahead.
I think hand daggers beat fists all day.
that's
Like
that's
a-
extremely
That's rock,
analytical
paper,
and
scissors,
accurate.
logic right now.
Yeah,
Like it.
yeah. So, Courtney, you're gonna say true.
Yeah, I'm gonna say true.
All right.
All right.
I'll take a stab at it. Hammer
Oh.
fan.
Oh my
boo.
God.
All right.
Boo.
So superhero fatigue is real, and audiences are over it. True or false, Derek?
I'm gonna say false. As much as it seems like there's been an oversaturation,
Yeah.
I think people still want it. We're just ready for some good shit.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
What do you mean by fatigue?
Like your people aren't going to go to the theaters as much to see it. They're tired of seeing it.
I think it comes down to like the story, right? Because I think people like we've mentioned before are over origin stories. Like we kind of know how the main guys have gotten here.
Yeah.
I think it's more about like the writers and them like being more creative about their story
Yeah.
or like the villain that they're facing or whatever conflict that they have. But yeah, I mean, if you look back, the last 10 years, it's all been kind of the same, just someone's point of view, just a different point of view of their origin.
Yeah.
You know, like I think the one thing James Gunn did say was, or like that I agree with him, is people are over the origins, right? Like,
We don't need to know
Exactly.
Spider-Man, Batman, Superman.
but like me and Derek have
Right.
been saying, bring in some new characters, man. Like
Yeah.
whether it's villains or something. So it's like, I guess we'll see with the lineup from now till what 28. Like we'll see.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff on the horizon.
Courtney, what do you say?
I think it depends on the characters that they're giving their own movies to, because I think people are just going to be a lot more like particular in what they're actually going to the theater to see, because you're never gonna have like another Endgame, at least in my opinion. But it's hard. I think some people are, but some people aren't. It's yeah.
No, I agree. I don't think they're tired of like superhero movies. I think they're just tired of bad superhero movies. I think that
Yeah.
if you watch a Marvel, the way that they're set up, like there's genre within genre. So like you have a superhero genre, but you know, Captain America was like a spy thriller. Doctor Strange was kind of like a horror film.
Right.
Even Thor is kind of like a fantasy movie. So it's and Logan was like a Western.
Yeah.
So it's all like genre film. It's just it hasn't been good in a while.
It's like
I
the
agree.
same.
People are
It's like
getting
a
tired of it.
However, I do think that Thunderbolts was it's definitely a top Marvel movie for me.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was really good. I thought the theme of it like could connect with a lot of people and mental health and all of that stuff. So I think that movie is definitely top 5 Marvel movies for me.
Wow. Top
Hot
5.
take.
Wow.
Yeah. Hot take of the night.
Hot take.
Talk
All
about
right.
true or false.
That
True
movie-
or false.
that movie-
Thunderbolts is top 5.
That movie got
Wow.
really good reviews, but it didn't perform.
I still haven't seen it, so I guess I got to make my
It's
judgment.
very good.
I was very disappointed. Courtney, I respect everything you said, but the Sentry underutilized, and the power set wasn't. He looked exactly like he was supposed to, but you didn't see him long enough, and his power set was a big waste. You want a guy like that to go up against Hulk. You want a guy like that. I want to see him punching Thor. I don't want to see him just making people disappear into a sad world.
And making it-
I agree with that,
It was
but
like
I
Marvel
think
met
the
Inception.
movie
Mhm.
Yeah, I think the movie itself is more of a setup to see more of him.
I agree with you.
So you can't really do that until you have like where he came from and who the Thunderbolts are before even getting to that.
That's a good point. That's a
Yeah.
good point. Speaking of good points, Courtney, do you have your first true or false?
Yeah, I couldn't really think of any good ones, but I was
If you
was
don't
telling
have
John
any, you
before
don't
we
have to. It's up to you.
No, I have the one that I said earlier. It's nothing related to any
Doesn't have to be.
superheroes, but true or false, pineapple belongs on pizza.
Steve.
False.
Okay, why?
Absolutely false.
Why?
No. You don't need, like, first off, I'm not a fan of the pineapple as is. So
Okay.
I might be a little bit
What?
biased.
It's
Yeah.
juicy. It's fresh.
I'm not a fan
Wow.
of pineapple, the
It's-
fruit,
it's
the
light.
juice,
It's everything you're
anything.
not.
The candy, not a shot. And on pineapple, and I love pizza. Huge pizza guy.
Yeah.
No. What?
What's your pizza order?
I mean, I like, depending, it could be a nice good plain. I like pepperoni, sausage, buffalo chick, cheesesteak pizza if it's
If I just
done
asked you what was your
correctly.
favorite pizza, you just named every single
Listen
type of
to
Yeah,
that.
pizza.
those are my go-tos.
His answer is
Burger
yes
Joe's
to
every
that
pizza?
question.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends what I'm in the mood for. I look at the menu, see what they got, look
Yeah.
at some specialty pizzas, right? And
All right.
but
Have you
pineapple,
ever had a taco
not a
pizza?
shot. It's like, dude, pineapple
So
and
basically,
veggie
everything
pizza.
but pineapple is an option
Pineapple
for
and
you.
veggie pizza, the worst combinations.
Derek save Steve. What's it?
Oh man,
Pineapple on pizza, true or false?
false. Hear me out. I love a pineapple, but I think on pizza, they don't do it right. No one ever fucking does it right. It's you got too much of the juice
It's always
leaking out.
soggy.
It's soggy. The pineapple doesn't set right. I get the idea of the sweet and salty flavor profile, but it's never done right. So just leave it the hell alone. Don't do it.
Spoken from the Whopper King himself.
That's right, baby.
I'm going to also say false. Pizza has its own category. I'd appreciate pineapple to stay the fuck away from it.
It's the most respectful way you could
I
put
thought
it.
you
man.
guys just trashed me for it, and now you guys are agreeing
No,
with
No,
me.
trash
no,
you
no,
because
no.
you named every type of pizza ever in history. You went
Well,
one
pizza
deep
connoisseur,
dish,
huh?
Chicago deep dish, short of naming everything in history.
Deep dish, overrated.
All right. What about stuffed crust?
I love a deep dish.
It's got to be done right.
What's done right? Never mind.
I haven't, I mean, I haven't ordered it from,
Man, we could talk pizza
it's
for an
gotta be-
hour.
yeah.
I think we could get into it.
All right, Dylan, can we clean up the chat a little bit? I'll say what everyone's talking about.
All right. See
Wait,
how
hold
y'all
on. What
feel.
is what's your take on the does
Yeah.
pineapple belong on pizza?
Yeah, so
No, it absolutely does not belong.
you're
on
no.
Courtney.
All right. Let's go. One of us.
Or for
One
four?
of us. Dylan, can you scroll up a little bit? Unless it's
Someone in chat said it definitely belongs on pizza. So
I think Mr. Milktoast put in a true or false. True or false, bodybuilders are physically weaker than the bodybuilders of 70 years ago, despite having more chiseled physiques. False. That's emphatically false. Ronnie Coleman could, squat 700 pounds?
Dude,
He did it
800
3
pounds
times.
for reps.
Yeah. There's, I don't know any bodybuilder personally that was stronger than Ronnie Coleman, but I did watch Pumping Iron yesterday, and Arnold was like repping out squats of 225. Personally, I'm probably stronger now than Arnold was then, and I'll challenge anyone about that. You watch Pumping Iron, I'll lift all the weight that he did in his workouts with more reps. So bodybuilders today are stronger. Just for that reason.
Yeah. I'm going to go with false as well. The bodybuilders today are just way stronger. It's a different game,
Yeah.
like any other sport.
Is like the Ronnie Coleman and
It's
the Jay
evolved.
Cutler's counted as today?
So I don't think Jay Cutler
still
ever
more
lifted
relevant
heavy.
than the 70s, you know?
There's just more science behind it. So like strength
Yeah.
strength
There's
like
better
isn't really
training out
relevant.
there.
You know what I mean? It's a lot more
Yeah,
than
no
that.
disrespect to those guys. They're our fucking boys, our idols, you know?
I would
But
eat
like,
Arnold alive though.
but yeah, it was just a different sport altogether back then.
Yeah.
But these guys were still
The science was different.
monsters.
Yeah.
My God.
There's just more known now. They probably trained harder back then, to be honest with you.
It was a completely different
I mean,
routine.
probably. I mean, everyone who
the way
trains
they-
like
it was
that
like
is
a-
mimicking
the way they ate, the way they
There was no
trained.
social media back then, so like
Think
guys
of,
just
like,
hung
the
out
ma-
in a gym.
Think of like the machines you have, the knowledge that's just out there now for you to
Yeah.
attain. Some of those guys were just like poor like construction workers that were going to like their buddy's fucking basement gym and just throwing shit around.
Arnold
Yeah.
used to build houses. Courtney, true or false? What do you got?
yeah, I don't know.
All right. All right. So that's a vicious marshmallow. Said that's Diddy Party, Mr. Milktoast. Sounds like your DM is living a little too vicariously through the game. Justin Mills, I just came out and the first thing I hear is prison and diddler.
Yeah, welcome to the show, bud.
Mr. Milktoast, movie franchises seem to come back around every 30 years, so that appears true. Steve had all the time in the world to think about this while he was making his way to the studio. We scroll down a little bit. Genre fatigue is real, but the question is that if that is the case here, Westerns were on top for around 50 years before the popularity fell off. I can't read, I can't see. Superheroes have only dominated for the last 25 years. Mr. Milktoast is killing it in the chat today. You're all right. People like good movies and dislike bad ones. Good superhero movies will draw people, whereas bad ones will not. Paul Watts, I tuned in late. Steve is Yamcha. You're not wrong. Muscle Mage, personally, my problem with Marvel lately has nothing to do with the movies. It's just the low quality TV shows they keep pumping out. Too much to keep up with, too boring to make me want to.
Agreed.
1,000% agreed.
500
The
muscle points to you,
the
Muscle Mage.
CEO, I think it's Bob Iger, I could be wrong, but the CEO of Disney,
Disney, yeah.
when they were launching Disney Plus, the call to action was like more to get subscribers. And that's where Disney totally lost quality control. Now they're like reeling it back in. Shannon said, boo, Steve, it's so good. Mr. Milktoast, pineapple definitely belongs on pizza, providing that it's paired with Canadian bacon. Outside of that, no. Erica
Wrong.
Jess Burger, Steve, I don't like the pineapple slander. Best fruit ever.
It's not. It's not. It's
I
not
agree
tier
with that.
one.
Dude,
it's
good
not.
pineapple
It's really
is
not.
like S tier.
So
yeah.
overrated. And then you put it on pizza. And then Mr. Milktoast, really? You're the guy who puts anchovies on your pizza, you freaking
He's
weirdo.
so angry about
Stop,
pineapple.
dude. Are you kidding?
So
you probably
angry
do
about
anchovies with
pineapple.
olives like a fucking weirdo. Don't give me that. I just told you my pizza's no anchovies on them and no pineapple.
Mark
Who would have
Ryder,
thought
Taco
pineapple
Get out of
would
here.
set
Justin
him
Mills,
pizza's
off?
great.
lightweight. And Shannon wrote, and now I'm starving. Justin Mills,
Yeah.
Ronnie Coleman voice, absolutely, dude. Lightweight. Arnold would brag about passing out at the gym from working out so much. I'd still smoke him. So let's go on to round two. Derek, what do you got?
Go. I gotta bring another matchup about in the style of Steve here.
What do you got?
True or false? Goku can beat Superman.
Oh,
Let me take a fucking nap real quick. Hold on.
True.
Jesus Christ.
He can.
Jesus.
Well,
It's so easy.
no, he can't.
Sure, he can.
No, he can't.
He can.
All right, please answer your thing. It's what, true?
Of course, it's true. All he has to do is instant transmission and warp his ass to a red sun, just toss him off. No, see ya. Bye, dude.
Okay.
That's it. It's game over. It's that simple.
Okay.
Wait, let me ask one question.
Yeah.
Who is Goku? I know. I'm
No,
asking
no,
the
no.
same thing.
No. Hasn't Goku died like a bunch of different times?
Thank you.
Get him.
Sure has.
Courtney.
Get him.
He's died from explosions. He died from a gunshot.
That's the
was
answer
chilling.
right there.
He died from
was
a
just
gunshot.
Hanging out. He had his shield down. He was just chilling.
They're under a they're under a yellow sun. So as much as Goku would like power up through the fight, so would Superman. He would just fly into the
Okay.
sun. He would
Okay,
just murk
but-
him.
All he has to do is grab him and he can just instantaneously appear at a red sun.
He has to know where he's going.
He can sense it.
He doesn't. No, he doesn't. He can't sense
can
a red
sense-
sun.
He can sense anything.
Yeah, I'm
He's
sure
a
someone's.
god now.
I'm
He's
sure
a
someone's
god
going to
key.
write that. I'm sure someone's going to write that.
Steve's gonna fall asleep.
I mean, I'll fight Goku right now and destroy him.
Hey, see if we can get him on.
Courtney, what do you think?
Goku beats Superman? No.
It's emphatically
Get out of
false.
here. No, it's not.
Superman's the franchise. He's the hero of heroes. He's the
so is
He's
man.
already
Goku.
died a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Superman's died. Get over it.
What? He didn't die. It was a Kryptonian coma.
All right. And
He-
Goku
he
went
never
to the
died.
afterworld to train with fucking dead martial arts masters. And he can't-
Exactly, because he was dead.
He still
And he
died.
can transcend death and come back if he wants to. So he's never truly dead.
No.
He's
Paul-
The power
still
of plot
died.
armor protects them both.
But dying and coming back to life isn't the question.
It's who would win in
Yeah.
the fight.
I still think it's Goku.
One punch in the mouth, he's over.
Really?
The
That bad?
better fight
Wow.
is One Punch Man versus Superman.
I'll watch
Oh,
that.
that would be sick.
One
Yeah.
punch.
So Justin Mills, if Goku takes the sun out, he's golden. Okay, so then he takes the sun out and then murders everyone on Earth because the sun is gone.
Let's also get this straight. Goku's not Superman. Like, I'm the good guy. No, he just wants to fucking fight whoever's stronger or seems to be strong, and he'll take out anything. He almost sacrificed his whole universe for it.
Yeah,
I didn't say he was a good guy.
but he fights with motivation, right? So he fights the most when like things are on the line, like his family gets hurt, something happens,
Sure.
Krillin killed. Superman's not going to do any of that. Superman's his boy. So like,
Calm
he's not gonna
down,
have that.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, have a
Diddler.
second. You got
all
a
right.
Diddler in the jail cell, and you're having a problem with this.
Over here,
It's called
getting
Muscle
worked
Geeks.
up thinking about your erotic
Paul,
Dungeons and Dragons fan fiction, dude.
Paul says,
Calm
"Relax,
down.
Goku is still GOAT." Nah, instant transmission away from the sun. Goodbye, Paul. Stop. Thank you for your service, but
He
stop.
gets it.
The thing is, Goku will just get wished back. That's true. Courtney said that. Steve is a marshmallow.
Is that true or false?
I don't know what that means.
I don't know.
I think he says you're soft, bro.
True or false? Superman will be used more often when his copyright begins to lapse in America in 2034. False. True. Because I mean, how much is it being used now?
Well, I mean, just the trajectory it's on now from starting with the new Superman in 2025, I believe that, yeah, at that point,
Well, when he falls into like into that thing, it's not the Superman we know. It's the Superman that like could jump over a building,
yeah,
had jeans on and a cape.
like the 1930s guy.
Yeah, it's a different Superman. It's not the one we know. So it'll be a little different. Steve, do you have a true or false?
Like my second one or going off of this?
Yes, sir.
My second one? Yeah, I got one. True or false? The hype of James Gunn. It's all hype.
Do you want to answer it first?
I'm starting to doubt the hype.
Okay.
All right. What's got you down?
Do you want to elaborate? It's a podcast, brother. Talk.
All right, well, I'm just saying, and then I was, gonna. He did. See, he had me in the beginning because he said quality over quantity.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look, he's putting out a lot of stuff from now till like 2028. Didn't he do? He did Thunderbolts, right?
No.
No.
He did
No.
The last Suicide Squad. He did all three
Guardians
Guardians
of
of
the
the Galaxy.
Galaxy.
Yeah.
So then this new
Yeah.
one. So it's starting with Fantastic Four.
No, it's starting with Superman.
Superman.
I thought he did Fantastic Four.
That's Marvel.
So he's not doing that?
No.
I got to cite my shit.
Word.
Dude,
All right.
I watched this video on it, and this guy convinced me.
No, dude. No, he's all DC. He's launching the new thing. So the first thing that James Gunn was doing for DC was Creature Commandos.
Mhm.
And then it's Superman. And then it's
Banger.
going to roll into the John Cena
Peacemaker.
Peacemaker.
Then it goes to Supergirl.
Yeah. Clayface.
Yeah, which is going to be awesome.
Can't wait for Clayface.
So I'll be better next week.
All right.
Yes,
All right.
I'll be better next
Try
week.
again next
So,
week.
so yeah. So, well, anyway, that's a valid true or false. So, Derek, do you want to go?
That is a good question. I'm going to say, I forget how you phrase it, but the gun hype.
Is the hype real with Gunn?
I think it
True or
is real.
false?
I think it is. I think the hype is real. I think he's just plowing through this shit right now. Creature Commandos is so good.
Yeah.
Like,
If you guys haven't watched
My
Creature
God.
Commandos, I keep talking about it every week. You got to do it. It's on HBO Max.
HBO Max has some great animated stuff right now. The Harley
Yeah.
Quinn show it's hilarious.
I hear a lot about it, but I
It's
haven't gotten
so
in
good.
there.
I wasn't expecting it to be that good. And then Creature Commandos, yeah, I was like, again, I wasn't really sure what to expect.
Episodes 3, 4, and 5 are
Dude.
epic.
Yeah, they tug at your heart. A lot of heart.
Courtney, what do you say?
I mean, I loved all Guardians of the Galaxy movies,
Oh, yeah.
but like obviously Suicide Squad didn't really live up to the name when it first came out.
Good point.
I think he's put out great stuff. I also think he's put out some not great stuff. But I mean, not all of someone's movies that they're gonna come out with are gonna be bangers. So I mean, I think he's like I said, he's put out some really great stuff, but not everyone's perfect.
It's true. I'm going to say false. James Gunn has done all 3 Guardians of the Galaxy movies. I think it totals over $2 billion. The last Suicide Squad that is actually the one that he did, the one without Will Smith, was a good movie. It just came out at a bad time. It came out towards like the tail end of COVID. And it also came out when I think it went direct to streaming as well. So I think it went direct to HBO Max. So like the box office didn't really reflect how good the movie was. I think it was definitely better than the first one. But everything James Gunn has done in the comic book world has been good. The other thing about it is he was supposed to be the showrunner or the head of Marvel in the space world. So like the galactic universe. It would have been Kevin Feige would have given that all to James Gunn to handle, but then James Gunn got canceled. So then DC picked him up, and then Marvel let him do the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 that he got fired off of, and then he started this whole new thing. So I think it's absolutely.
I knew I should have
He's-
sent
he's
you the
legit.
video. I don't know why I did. I was like scrolling on YouTube and I saw the video of it, and the guy made such a good point about James Gunn, and it got into my head about the hype, and I was like, yo, maybe he is overhyped. I'll find the video, but it started with the video
Dude.
or that thing I sent you the other day about his taste in movies.
Yeah.
What did he say was like the best that we both were
No,
like
he said that the Flash movie was like the best superhero movie of all time.
behind Dark Knight, behind the Dark Knight
Who
trilogy?
said this?
James Gunn.
James Gunn said that, but that was like he's hyping it up.
That's
It's
a
in
little
the DC
That's a
thing.
little aggressive.
So it started
Tom
with
Cruise
that.
also
That's
came out and
aggressive.
said it was
It started
the greatest
with
thing too.
that, and then I got stuck in this like dark hole and I couldn't sleep of scrolling through YouTube videos, and I watched this like a few minutes into this podcast where this guy was like breaking down James Gunn and was like, "Is the hype real?" And he was convincing me that I knew I should have sent it to you guys, but of course,
Yeah, I love when you send me stuff because then I just rip it apart. Or I'll just say no.
nah, I just send you some
Everything I
heaters.
said
you know?
no.
Yeah.
All
Why
right,
don't you show the audience what them
I'll
Superman ones look
I'll
like?
scroll through everything. Courtney, do you have a second one, or did I already go to you? Or no?
I'll stick with my food theme.
Okay.
Here, a true or false, Big Mac is better than a Whopper.
Whoa. Steve,
It's
you want to start?
100% true, is my opinion.
Yeah.
So I agree. However,
Yeah.
I also had my first Big Mac like 6 months ago, ever.
Why?
Really?
Wow.
I had mine as like an adult 30-year-old as well. It was my
It was
first
longer
one.
than 6
So
months ago. I think it was like a year or so ago. When I first started, it was like probably like 2 years ago when I first started my job or this. Yeah. We got McDonald's one day and they all got Big Macs. I never had one. I had one. It was all right. See, when it comes to fast food, I stick to what I like. I stick to the same thing.
Yeah, we know it's
So I
Twizzler.
never
Same.
like go outside
Yeah.
of like, I stick to it. I have my order at each one, but I always, Burger King to me is like bottom tier.
yeah, I agree with that.
And the Whopper, if I go to Burger King, I'm not getting a Whopper. I
Burger
know
King has
that.
onion rings though. The onion rings are really good
No,
with the zingy
Mm.
sauce. No,
fries.
talking to a guy that likes Twizzlers, so of course he's gonna like bland.
Yeah, all right.
Yes.
Onion
What do you
rings,
got?
This guy.
True or false? Whopper, Big Mac.
Big Mac all day.
Yeah,
I can't even smell a Whopper without getting fucking like disgusted.
yeah.
But that's also
Burger King
my
in
fault.
general just smells gross
Yeah, gross
compared to
does.
other
it's
fast
gross. I think they
other
have better
fast food
fries
restaurants.
at BK. Personally,
Okay.
the chicken fries are good.
Yes, they are.
I think
Their
McDonald's has
chicken
a
fries
better
are so
burger
good.
than Burger
yeah.
King.
I would say
Yeah.
the Burger King burger is better, but the Big Mac trumps the Whopper.
I think just McDonald's as a whole trumps Burger King.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
agree with that.
I'll agree to
I
that.
think I have to agree
Their
with that. though.
fries are so good.
Yeah.
McDonald's is
When they're like
Americana.
so
McFlurry?
salty.
Need I say anything else?
Nah, you won on that.
It's broken, but you know,
I was gonna
Fine.
say
If
you
you
can
can
never
get one.
get one.
If
if
you
you
can
can
but-
get one though,
All right, so did you go?
No.
You went to Goku?
I did. Mine was the
My-
Goku Superman.
my turn?
Yep, you're up.
You're up.
Okay. So piggybacking off of Steve's, DC thing, true or false? Given the loyalty to Henry Cavill and the Snyderverse, the new Superman movie will suffer either financially or ratings-wise by fans of the previous DCEU's review bombing. True or false? Steve, wait, you'll go last. Derek, if you will please.
All right. All right, Milk Toast. I see your little chat there, by the way. All right. Let me just reread this real quick. That was a mouthful.
Yeah, so that is a lot. So my concern is that the Rotten Tomatoes score that we've talked about,
Okay.
the DCEU fans, the people that liked Henry Cavill's
Okay.
Superman are going to bombard this movie's rating without even seeing it to a negative review.
So
So it'll hurt.
I did read up on this, and I saw that a few Reddit threads were claiming that they were not going to be doing that. Last I had saw, out of just the love of Superman and wanting to see how good this movie is.
Mhm.
But that's the internet. Who knows? Like that could still shift in a heartbeat. But I don't think it's gonna fuck with it. I think there's gonna be success. I think this movie is lined up to be really good. And I think no amount of Snyderverse shit's gonna interfere with the next phase. I just think Gunn's gonna just, hit him in the mouth.
You don't think if a movie has the potential to do $150 million, but because of review bombing, it ends up doing $130 million, it makes it successful, but nonetheless, it hurt it.
I mean, it could still hurt it. Yes. Technically, yes, it could be hurt. But I don't think it's gonna like kill it though. I think it's be those things a year later, people are like, oh yeah, those guys are just a bunch of fucking nerds.
You think it's going to have a significant impact? You think they're going to have a significant impact on?
The fact that
Yeah,
this story
like
is
it could.
relevant makes it significantly impactful. The fact that James Gunn had to come out and talk about it makes it significantly impactful. I'm sorry, Courtney, you please go ahead before I get up and I throw Steve through this table.
I think because it's something like it's not your typical like stereotypical superhero movie of like 2025. I think it's going to be extremely successful. I don't think the review bombing is going to have much of an impact on it because people are still going to want to go see like the movie regardless of bad or good reviews. Like I still think I don't think that is gonna have really any impact on it.
All right. Steve, true or false?
False. I've been saying this since day one. I think you're giving them too much credit. And the only reason why James Gunn acknowledged it was because he was asked the question and he called him out and said it was 8 people who said something. Like they're not that big.
That's hyperbole.
I get it, but like I just don't think it's that deep, man. Like I really don't. I think, like Courtney just said, if they want to see it, they're gonna see it whether you like it. Like I'm not a fan. I think it's gonna fail. I'm going to go see it. I'm gonna be honest. I think the Snyder dorks or whoever the fuck they are is, I really think you're putting you're giving them way too much credit.
Yeah.
And part of me, the way you've been talking about this for the past 2 years, like the hype and everything, I'm starting to feel like you're scared.
No, I'm not. And I knew that you were going to say that, so I came with evidence.
Okay.
I've found history of this happening. And not one, but several sources. Now, if you'll allow me to make my case, I will read off the movies that have been victimized by review bombing.
Dylan, he's going to be a little bit, so if you want to order a pizza, maybe some
No
drinks.
pineapples. So the first one was Snow White that just came out. Now, because of things that happened due to the actress, the movie was review bombed way before it came out, and it hurt the financial success of the film.
But that movie ultimately sucked.
You don't know that.
Well, it was review bombed because of her actions.
Yeah, but not because of the movie.
The movie itself didn't do well because it wasn't a good movie.
But I'm saying there's outside reasons aside from the movie being good or bad
so if the movie
that
isn't
affected
good,
the reviewers' take on the film.
So if people,
yeah, but I think that's more of an extreme case. Like
Okay.
that's way more extreme because no one liked her.
Okay.
Once she opened her mouth, no one liked her.
So let's give another example then.
Mhm.
Miss Marvel, the first Miss Marvel movie, it did well in the box office, but because of the lead's rumors of the lead's poor treatment on staff on the set and her political statements that she made, it kind of hurt the film's success, and there was review bombing because of that.
It's also a bad movie.
It wasn't a bad movie.
Terrible.
Lightyear, due to a same-sex relationship in the film, people that didn't like that, there's nothing wrong with it, but people that didn't like that review bombed it because they found out that was in the film. And finally, the most recent Suicide Squad film. James Gunn directing after he was removed from Marvel for a quote he made years ago and was taken out of context, which he also apologized for as well, for not being a sequel. I wrote that down and I just
so the
lost my train of
first
thought
3
somewhere.
examples you gave were like political things. So like people are the Karens of the world are gonna say something.
There's
right?
nothing more political
Yeah.
than Superman.
I think
So unless
all of
Superman
those-
does something like racist or against like something, right? Like, but like you can't give it. Like in the world we live in today, like you have to be careful, right? So like you're talking the Snyder dorks, right?
Right.
Like the first 3 examples you give were all political.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's
can't
not
just
the
tell 'em-
topic. It's not the
So unless
topic.
there's a scene or like something where like they say something completely out of left field or something that they probably shouldn't say in today's world, that's not.
No, dude. The reason for the review bomb is irrelevant. What motivated people to put a negative review on the movie before seeing the movie is totally irrelevant. It doesn't matter for whatever the reason is. I'm saying these people, nonetheless, made a negative review without ever having seen the movie. That's my point. And the same thing is going to happen to this movie. So it might impact it.
For a different reason. The first 3 examples were political.
It doesn't matter.
It
I'm still
does,
going to write
Derek.
a review down.
I'm with Steve.
It's political.
I hear what you're saying. Like, yeah, the fucking Snyder nerds are going to have an impact, whether it is large or small, in which this case I'm saying small. But if you get political, if you get the Karens, you get the Bible thumpers, like you get everyone that's all fucking worked up about that shit involved, they are in
They're
legion,
worse.
brother.
They're worse
All
than
right?
the Snyder dorks.
Dude, you know how many evangelicals there are in the fucking world that will just all, wow, like, fuck this, it's against God. Like, we're all downvoting, we're all saying no. It's different than a bunch of fucking Batman fans, dude. Like, it's
Yeah.
It's
It's way different than the Snyder guys just
That's
being like Team
apples and
Henry.
oranges, brother.
Or
I-
Team
like,
Henry, right? But
so,
like,
yes, it could negatively impact your poor little baby Superman.
It's going to be the greatest movie
But-
of the year.
Well, then
James
shut
Gunn
up.
is. Yeah,
But I'm saying, if it comes out of the
You're
box
making
doing
an
150
excuse before
Yo,
it even fails.
James Gunn came out and said
Okay,
he ain't
Goku.
worried about it. Why are you?
I will
He's what is he-
Kamehameha you out of the
He's-
studio.
he's-
You keep
he's-
it up.
He's going to, of course, he's going to say it's not a big deal. He's the guy that is directing the movie and show running the entire universe.
But I think the reason people are doing it has to have like traction, right? So like if the reason isn't a good reason to do it, then it's just going to die out. Like not as many people. It's not really going to affect it as much.
Okay.
If it's a bigger reason, like if someone did some shit or said some shit that's fucked up, like you're going to have a lot more people that disagree and try and do that and tank the movie like they did with Snow White.
I mean,
It
it's
gets there.
valid, but nonetheless, the
Now
question
it's
was
valid.
how it will
Yeah.
significantly
Now it's
impact the
valid.
film.
And it's
the
not
question
going
was,
to.
would it impact the film financially?
Every film that's ever been created has
No.
haters.
All right.
What about The Dark Knight? Does it have haters?
I'm sure it does.
Yeah, it does.
That makes me sad.
Absolutely does.
I might watch it tonight.
It's not even a Batman movie. It's a Joker movie.
Just fine.
I don't have time for this.
All right. Well, I'll just clear up the chat a little bit. Erica Jessberger, John, stop making excuses in case it gets bad reviews.
Thank
Left out.
you.
Erica, guess who's writing positive reviews for every negative one? Snyder fans will play around with the margins, but I don't think that there are enough of them to make a real difference. The average movie viewer doesn't know anything about the situation. Mr. Milquetoast, you're probably right, man, but just let me yell at Steve. Are outside factors the same as review bombing? Yeah, it's cause and effect. Stephen James, Snow White was actual dog poop.
What's up, Steve?
Yeah, that was a terrible.
Well, Steven?
Main actress could have cured cancer, and that movie was getting obliterated. And then Mr. Milquetoast, it might be said that the influence of bad movie reviews is somewhat different from the influence of production, personal issues that bled into the public venue. Yes, you're right, Mr. Milquetoast. Thank you for changing my outlook. Not
I love
you.
how when anyone other than me says it,
Right.
because
oh, yeah, you're right.
No, because
Yeah.
you're
You know what? That's a
objectively
good
wrong.
So
point.
biased.
No.
Been saying that for years, and
All right, let's go back. Let's get out of this.
yeah, please.
But
Jesus.
guys, let us know what you thought about the true or false segment. Does it need a little bit of tweaking? Do you guys want to go back to the top 5? What do you want to give us some feedback so we can get better at
top
this?
5 burger joints.
But we're going to go into, that's a good call.
That's a
That's-
good one.
We're going to go into the trailer segment. So
Taste
Steve,
test.
Steve's going to be reading the old trailer segments this week. And by the way, next week, while Steve's queuing this up, next week is Hero or Zero. So we're going to do next month's movies and say if they're hero or zero. Steve, what do you got for the first topic?
So as we briefly discussed earlier, that brand new I Know What You Did Last Summer sequel and trailer is hitting theaters on July 18th with Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr. returning to face the fisherman once again. It's a direct continuation of the original film and dropping exclusively in theaters from Sony. Derek, does this feel like a worthy comeback, or should the franchise have stayed dead?
I think the trailer looks pretty good. I like the vibe it's putting out there. It seems creepy and fun. And I mean, I'm a huge fan of Freddie Prinze Jr., Jennifer Love Hewitt. Like, it'll be cool to see them like on screen together again. I think it's going to do really well. I think it might be the better of this 90s revival we've been seeing, personally.
True. Courtney, what do you got?
I just like the fact that Madeline Klein's in. That's all I have to say.
All right. I'll tell you what,
Good.
I'm very excited for this movie. Jennifer Love Hewitt was my first crush ever in the history of my life. What was the one where they were partying at the house?
So I was just trying to think of my head.
It was-
She's all that?
No.
No.
He's all
Is it
Oh.
She's all? No, it's not She's
Um,
all that, is it?
Oh man.
yeah, that's it.
No, it
Where
wasn't
she's
sh-
like,
With Seth
wasn't-
Green and
It
everyone.
wasn't She's All That. Was it?
Or not Seth Green.
where she's like in the bathroom and she
Seth
like does
Green's
the
like the
clown
dork.
makeup on the one girl.
Got the
That's
goggles
she's all
on his
that.
head.
Yeah, that's she's all that. Yeah.
So that was and Party of Five. She was my first crush. Freddie
Party
Prinze
of
Jr.
Five,
married
holy
to
smokes.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer. He
Yeah.
also
Sarah
is
Michelle Gellar.
he's a big WWE fan, so he wrote for
Yeah.
WWE for a little while. So big
Wasn't
Freddie
she in
Prinze
the
Jr.
original
fan.
one too?
Who?
Freddie Prinze Jr.'s
Sarah
wife?
Michelle Gellar.
Yeah.
she
Yeah,
was.
yeah,
She was
yeah.
the prom
He
queen.
was,
She got
yeah.
killed. Mr.
Yeah.
Milquetoast, a continuation
That
rather
cast
than a
was awesome.
reboot that strains credibility from a plot perspective.
It's not a continuation, is it?
Can't hardly wait,
Yeah.
Marty.
Yeah.
Marty.
Can't hardly wait.
So Marty's
That's what it
Marty's
is.
Marty's like he's like a brother to me, but This dude probably knows more about movies than me, that's for sure. But he's going to be coming on for the Superman and the 4th of July episode, or the Fantastic Four episodes. And Steve, you'll be able to yell at him and say anything you want stupid about him. And Derek, you'll like him too for his movie knowledge.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, can't hardly wait. Thank you, Marty.
Thank you.
Wait, so is it? It's not a sequel, is it?
Jackie Lynn,
Or is it
Palooza.
like
It's a continuation.
It's a
it is
continuation of it. So yeah,
okay.
I'm really hoping they don't follow the trope of like killing off the original cast. I really hope they don't do that. It looks like Jennifer Love Hewitt's going to get it. But I'm like, I just don't want to see that trope all the time. Like every single one, like Star Wars, they did it. Halloween, no, they didn't do it in Halloween, but like I just don't want them to follow that. I want to like keep some people around. What do you got next topic, Steve? Or you want to talk about that one?
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for it. Trailer looked good. Now I'm interested to see, since it is a sequel. I thought it was just like their own spin of it. They're just rebooting it. So yeah, but again, it's one of those movies too where it's like, are you gonna fuck it up?
Yeah.
Are you? You know, like,
It's valid.
are you?
Yeah, he's been hurt too many times. I feel you, dude. I'm the same way. I'm like, in the back of my head, I'm like, are you just gonna suck though? Am I excited for nothing?
Yeah.
It's valid.
All right.
You're allowed
Next
to feel
one we
those
got
feelings.
here.
Next topic, Steve.
The trailer for Weapons just dropped, and it's already stirring up major buzz. From the director of Barbarian, this one looks like it's diving into some seriously twisted territory, mystery, horror, and maybe something even darker. It hits theaters August 8th. John, what do you think about the vibe of this trailer? And is it going to mess up like Barbarian did?
Mess us up like Barbarian did.
Or maybe even more?
I'll tell you what, just by looking at this trailer, aside from Superman, this is my most anticipated movie of the year. I'm so excited for this movie. I can't even tell you.
Well, we know what the second biggest flop of this year is going to be. I'll tell you that.
You got Josh Brolin in it, right? So he lends some credibility to this movie. It doesn't really explain a lot. That's what I like about trailers. I like a trailer that makes you want to watch the movie, but doesn't tell you the entire story. Like, I don't know anything really about this movie, and it's coming out, August 8th? I don't really know anything about it. That's what I want in a trailer. I don't want to be told the entire movie. I want to sit down and I want to eat my lunch at my own pace. I don't want people to force feed my lunch to me. I want to eat it when I want to eat it. And I want to eat it in the movie theater.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I want to pay to eat something that tastes really good. You know? I don't want a trailer. What do you say, Derek?
I mean, one, I'm a little uncomfortable. Two, I do completely agree with everything you said, though. Like, I'm tired of trailers that show everything. That sucks. You know, it's like when they show like a comedy movie and you saw all the good parts before you even saw the movie. You know?
Yeah.
You see it getting lobbed up. You're like, oh man, I already saw this joke in the trailer 5 times.
Yeah.
So I like that they're doing this as well. It's mysterious. I like being on the edge of my seat with some thrillers.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see it. Plus, like, it's giving off like vampire children vibes. Like,
Yeah.
like
And horror with like kids.
it's
Kinda,
extra creepy
yeah.
immediately. So
even just that clip of the kid running, like it's like a surveillance
Dude,
clip
and the
or
way
something.
that they're running, they're running like anime characters.
Yeah,
you
it
watch
does.
Naruto shit, dog.
Yeah. Courtney, do you got any opinion on this?
It just looked really it just had such a creepy vibe, the trailer.
Yeah,
and
unsettling.
I've never really been into horror movies, but I've been watching more lately. And I sent a good one to John, Sinister. I don't know if any of you have watched it, but that has really creepy children in it.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy.
Hashtag creepy kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. But I've been trying to watch a lot more, so I'm definitely gonna see it for sure.
All right.
All right.
Steve, you have an opinion?
Yeah, I mean, kind of a little bit of what Derek and Courtney was saying. Sorry about that. I had a brain fart. I'm not a big horror person. Like, I don't know. I'm kind of like hit or miss with them, depending. But yeah, like I said, this one does look pretty good. That like creepy, you know, with the kids running out. Like anytime you throw kids into it, it's always gives it an extra like creepy mystery like factor.
Yeah.
I do like Homegirl from Ozark,
Yeah.
whatever her name is, I forget.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I'm interested. I think it could be pretty good.
All right.
But since you think it's going to be great, like I said, second biggest flop of the year. So.
Oh, thanks.
If you guys want something to watch that isn't like predictable, I don't know if you guys have seen The Better Sister, the show, The Better
No.
Sister with Jessica Biel. Very good.
No, I didn't
It's
see
like
it.
a murder mystery kind of show.
Okay.
It's really good. I could not determine who the killer was in it, and they don't tell you until like the second to last episode. And I think there's like eight.
Is that where
or
she's
10
arrested and
episodes?
like a detective is interviewing her?
No, that's a different one.
Okay, that's a different Jessica Biel
show,
who
yeah.
did it, murder mystery.
Yeah,
I love
she's
it. I
been
love
in
a
a lot
whodunit.
of those types of vibe shows lately. But yeah, The Better Sister, it's on Prime. But it's very good if you like unpredictable stuff.
The Better Sister. Steve, what do you got? Next topic, buddy.
So, chilling new body horror thriller Together, starring real life couple Dave Franco and Allison Brie, is set to hit theaters on July 30th. It was originally August 1st, but it got pushed up to July 30th, courtesy of Neon after its Sundance debut. The film explores codependency taken to nightmarish extremes as their characters physically fuss
Fuse.
in the countryside. Will their love survive when the flesh starts to merge?
There you go.
Courtney, are you ready to see this intimate nightmare unfold, or should some bonds stay broken?
This is not my vibe of a movie.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could watch something like that because I was watching the trailer and I was like, I saw it when they showed the conjoined couple. And I was like, what the fuck is that? I was like, I don't know if this one's for me. This might be a little too weird.
Derek, what do you got?
Yeah, I don't know if this is my flavor of horror. I love horror, dude, but this seems a little too out there for me. I'll watch it, but not till it comes out to streaming out of curiosity. You know, I love Dave Franco. Allison Brie is a really good actress as well, but I'm not really too excited for this one personally.
All right. What do you think? What do you think, Steve?
Yeah, same. Like I said, I'm like picky when it comes to horror. Like, I'm not a big horror guy, but the ones that I like are like the realistic ones where like, oh, this could possibly happen. When it gets a little too weird for me, it's like, it doesn't become scary. It's just so
Yeah.
far fetched. It's like, all right, this
Kind of
is
disconnect from it.
yeah, and I lose interest and yeah. So
Listen, every few years there comes a body horror movie that no one really knows about, but word of mouth puts it out there and it's great. Dave Franco, good actor. Allison Brie, better actress. It looks disturbing. I'm in.
Like Human Centipede vibes.
Yeah, I'm in.
which I heard
Which
the Human
definitely
Centipede is
not my-
pretty good, and I have yet to pull the trigger on that.
You watch
one.
Human Centipede, and
Yeah.
we should do a
We
stream
should
on
do a
that.
live reaction. Of
Yeah, Steve
Human
watching Human
Centipede.
Centipede.
I'm
No.
down for that. We can order pizza that has no pineapple on it.
Yeah.
Hang out.
Oh my
Hold the
god.
pineapple,
All right,
please.
so Steve, why don't you cue us up on the next one, buddy? Going trailer heavy this week.
A lot of trailers.
Yeah.
So the new trailer for him is dropping September 19th. Blends supernatural horror with a twisted football mentorship. Produced by Jordan Peele, it stars Marlon Wayans as a legendary quarterback pulling a young star into something dark and ritualistic. John, does this trailer have you hyped or creeped out?
This movie's gonna be good, right? This movie's gonna be good. So,
Four
like,
flops, guys. We got 4 flops this summer.
so Jordan Peele, he always has those kind of movies that you don't really know, like, how do I want to say this? Like, there's movies where it's kind of up to your interpretation as to like what actually happened. This thing looks like, I'm just gonna say, like, Marlon Wayans' character is like threatened to be replaced by the new guy, and it just looks like they groom the new
Yeah.
guy in like a really sadistic way, almost like selling your soul to get to where you want to be. Other than that, I don't know too much about it, but it looks pretty good, man.
Yeah, I think it looks good. Good actors in this. Jordan Peele said he's got some weird shit going on, but stuff that keeps you like guessing the whole time, which I like to like try to get ahead of movies sometimes, like, you know, figure shit out and he does some crazy off the wall stuff. So I'm excited to watch it, and I'm really liking the like Illuminati vibes it's putting out there.
Yeah.
Could be good.
We'll see.
I feel good about it.
Courtney?
Scientology vibes.
Yeah.
Mm.
Tom Cruise. Cameo.
Yeah, this one I feel like this
Is
is
he?
so different from Marlon Wayans. Like this type of movie, I would never have expected him to do something like this, which is kind of cool. Definitely not my type of vibe of a movie, but I'd probably check it out once it comes out on streaming just to see like what it's about and see if it's any
Courtney,
good
it's
or
coming
not.
out during the spooky season. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, I hope better horror movies come out during the spooky season
You
though.
get some milk duds and some gobstoppers, and you go to the
Oh my
movie
God,
theater
with
and you
the
enjoy yourself in
milk
the
duds.
evening. Yeah.
The
Gobstoppers.
It's a
Gobstoppers. Where do they stand?
about
Where do
it.
they measure up, buddy?
I don't think they're in the top 5.
Wow.
They're a lie.
Womp,
They're not
womp, womp.
everlasting.
Well, according to in the movie, they
And
Well,
honest,
this isn't the movie, is it?
and honest to God,
This is
are you
real life.
watching
Grow
a
up, Peter
movie-
Pan.
just
Are you watching a movie and trying to eat some gobstoppers?
Yes, I want to
Really?
eat something
Yeah,
that's going to
dude,
last
you
a
look like
long
you like
time.
something that
You're
says
a
gob.
Yeah, dude, you're a little milk dud gobbler over
Yeah,
there.
dude,
Oh my
Twizzler
God,
fairy
dude.
over here. Yeah,
Just
Jesus.
guzzling
I got
down
some
milk
Twizzlers.
duds
I'm
and
happy.
fucking gobblers. You're
Yeah,
just-
please.
Dud gobbler
Yo,
versus
if
the
John
Twizzler
is watching a
diddler.
movie-
Let's put it.
if John's
put it
watching a
down.
movie and he's not,
I don't
If he-
need a jaw workout
he's
when I'm
crunching.
watching a
Oh.
movie.
I've sat next to you. You know I don't make those noises.
yeah, because there's no gobstoppers in there.
John
dude.
loves a good jaw workout. It's his favorite muscle
Yeah.
group.
I have a strong jaw.
Of course you do.
That's what we've heard.
Stephen James, top tier horror movie. Mr. Otis, horror movies aren't my jam. Tom Garcia, 2 views. Ha 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 ha. Paul, Jordan has been good so far. I'll agree with that. Jordan Peele has seemingly typecast himself as a filmmaker. Paul Watts, Look Up was good. It was all right. And Us. Us was good.
Us was pretty cool.
Yeah. The everlasting gobstopper, false advertising.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Miltos is a man of
No.
culture and class. He
All right,
understands.
Steve-O, what do you got for the last topic? Might be toxic.
So I guess my opinion on the Jordan Peele movie doesn't matter, but okay.
No, it doesn't.
The Toxic Avenger is back. John, you want to break down that trailer for me? I don't know too much about this Toxic Avenger.
Yeah. So it's going to starring Peter Dinklage, guy from Game of Thrones. You got Elijah Wood in there and Kevin Bacon. Comes out August 2nd, and it's unrated. The Toxic Avenger was like a really bad B movie that came out when I was a young lad. Some kid got thrown in like toxic waste by a bunch of bullies, and then he turned into like this freaky looking monster that had super strength and was a good guy, but not really a good guy because he was murdering people that bullied him. He also was beating the shit out of robbers at a burger joint.
And he's an Avenger?
No, it's just
just-
Avengers in the name, but it's just he's a completely different IP. It's the Toxic Avenger. They had a cartoon series about it, and they also had action figures, which was like when you watch the movie, you're like, the kids should not be playing with this dude's
Yeah,
toy.
for real. Woof.
But the new reboot, listen, anything with Peter Dinklage in it,
That yeah, okay.
Kevin
he's the
Bacon
one,
and
yep.
Elijah Wood, you got to give this thing a shot. The trailer made me want to watch this thing again. Kudos to the trailers today because I've been pretty interested in all of them. But yeah, I'm pumped to see this. I'm going to give it a shot.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be really good. I didn't like the original one. I'm not a big fan of B horror movies. I know that's got like its own like cult following. People love that shit. Never does it for me. Like outside of like just the respect for practical effects they usually have, not really for me. But
Yeah.
this looks fucking hilarious, dude. Elijah Wood being that creepy character is like way out of like what you normally see him doing. So I think
He can definitely do
Like-
creepy. I could see him.
yeah,
do
but just like
creepy.
looking at him in the trailer, I was like, yes, like this is awesome. And like just the kills they were showing in the trailer alone got me stoked.
John's gonna be so upset when the Toxic Avenger does better than Superman.
It's not. Stop
Who
it.
wins in a fight?
Now you're just trolling.
Toxic Avenger or Superman?
Toxic Avenger doesn't stand
Fucks
a
him up.
chance.
Fucks him up.
Get the
Fucks him
fuck
up.
out
He
of
just
here.
melts him.
Yo, Paul Watts, watch the trailer, dude. Let me know what you think too. I'd be interested in that.
Get Out was good.
Yeah, get out.
Yeah. All right. So that was the trailers segment. we're gonna hop into movie news and notes. This will be a quickie, just 3 topics, but some interesting ones. Derek, what do you got?
All right. We got a new horror thriller in Clayface from DC Studios, set to bring the tragic B-movie actor turned clay monster to life. Tom Rhys Harris, known for Suspicion, Kandahar, The Gentleman, has been cast in the title role and will debut in theaters September 11th of 26. Directed by James Watkins with a script by Mike Flanagan and Hassan Amini, Steve, after losing his previous film roles and stepping into this body horror reign, does Harry's casting feel like a breakout moment, or should DC have picked a bigger name?
Or are you just excited for the movie?
I don't know if I'm excited for the movie. I'm not a big Clayface fan.
Okay.
I don't like Batman fighting like non-human people.
Okay.
Right on.
Steve, so to give Steve perspective, Steve doesn't like super like
Sci-fi
stuff. He doesn't like horror. He doesn't like
but it's like
superhero.
Batman.
Like you're more on the
like,
action side
I feel
of
like
it.
I feel like Clayface shouldn't be in that. That's more of like a Superman or something. So that's weird. Like to me, that Clayface is like
It's too far-fetched.
Yeah, like he should be fighting more of like a real, for lack of better terms, like villain.
So
like
just
a human.
Just for like perspective, there have been like a couple different iterations of Clayface. A couple different characters have been Clayface. One was actually like a failed actor that like turned into him. The other one, I think there was a guy that he wasn't clay. He was just a guy that was changing his face. I could be wrong about that, but I know there was a couple different clay faces. Courtney, what do you? I'm sorry.
I could get behind that.
Yeah,
But when you see like the pile of sludge and like that interpretation of them, like it's hard for me. Like Batman and Superman, to me, like even when that movie came out, Batman vs Superman, I feel like those should be 2 separate worlds for me. I know it was a big comic and Batman figured out how to defeat him and like all that shit, but like I don't know. I just feel like Batman should be on Earth. Superman can do both, I guess.
Okay.
But something like that, that's not a Batman villain to me. Does that make sense?
it makes
No,
sense.
I get it. You're thinking like classic Gotham villains,
Yeah.
like Mob and shit like that.
Yeah.
True.
But if the Clayface was to like change his face, like, through surgeries or something like that, like human-esque,
You
I
don't,
could get
you don't
behind
think
that.
Batman should fight a guy that like, I don't know, maybe is like a killer, like a crocodile killer. You don't think that should be like a Batman villain, right? No. Or like a guy that has like venom that like makes him enormous and cracks Batman's back. You don't think that's something that should exist, right?
So, I mean, if you're referring to like Bane, that
Or
their
maybe-
interpretation of Bane in The Dark Knight Rises, yeah.
Or maybe like, I don't know, like a man that turns into a man bat. You don't think that should be like a Batman villain then, right?
I don't like your tone. I'll tell you that.
I'm just saying
So
like
let's change your tone.
half of his rogues gallery are like powerful beings. But I know what you're saying, dude. I'm just giving you a tough time.
But even the movies, like they do a good job of making them,
yeah.
more
like if there was a
humanized.
guy
Yeah.
that had like a body of water that if you threw yourself in it, it would bring you back to life and keep you young forever. Like you don't want to see that, right? That's not Batman.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
second reminder: check your tone.
so
Check your
sorry,
tone.
Courtney, what do you think?
I'm not super familiar with Clayface at all, but I'm always excited when new characters get introduced, at least in films. So yeah, I'm excited to see it.
Even
Right.
like in Penguin, that last spoiler alert or
No,
He's
you're
still
not. That's
going.
not a
It's
spoiler
been
for a
out.
thing.
All
Yeah,
right.
dude.
They had their
so
time.
that like last scene, right in the last episode of the season finale where he's dancing with the lady,
Yeah.
but her last name is
That was Clayface, right?
yeah. It
Yeah.
was like, and then he thinks he's dancing with his mom, but
Yeah.
really it's his like girlfriend or lady of the night.
Yeah.
So like that's kind of like me. I don't know.
You don't want like
I-
a guy that puts
check
on a
your
scarecrow costume and hits you with a toxin that you start seeing things that aren't real, that just are your fears, right? You don't want to see that.
no. That's okay.
Oh, all right. I'm just asking.
But fighting like non-super, like at the end of the day, it's like he's Batman. He's a human. He's like he doesn't have a superpower per se.
Yeah.
So it's like, how are you going to fight something that's not human?
He's the ultimate cheat code, though. He has in his belt.
I want to say
shark
Superman
repellent.
is more of an ultimate cheat code than
Batman
Batman.
is way more.
Stop, dude.
True or false? Batman's a bigger cheat code than
Eric,
Superman.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Dude, Batman is way better than Superman.
All right,
He's a bigger cheat code than
He's a
Superman.
bigger cheat code.
He's a bigger cheat code.
He's got shark repellent. in
He's
his
the world's
belt, for
greatest
Christ's sake.
detective.
Yeah,
He's thought of everything.
there's literally, it's called what? The Tower of Babel.
Yeah.
It's a comic where someone broke into Batman's computer and figured out, because Batman had a thing where he knew every single person, like how to stop them if they got out of control. Like this dude is a cheat code without a doubt.
Superman can blink and kill him.
He doesn't though.
Yeah. Superman's the biggest cheat code because he's a pussy.
So
Literally.
let's
could
get,
He was so
ruin
scared
it
to
all.
say that
Let's
word.
get back
He
on
was
track.
so scared
Let's
to
get
say
back on
that
track.
word.
everybody.
let's get back on track. Are you excited for the Clayface?
I am.
I knew you would be, dude. Thank you.
I am
Please.
stoked for Clayface. I love him in every iteration I've seen him in, from the Harley Quinn show where he's just like a fucking idiot and is hilarious, or just like the blob that you see in Creature Commandos that is just a horrifying fucker. Like,
yeah.
and then the serial killer too. Like, there's a lot of good iterations, so I'm excited to see what they do with him.
Dude.
He's such a versatile character.
Mr. Milktoast said earlier, he said how James Gunn is good with like obscure characters. And just remember, like James Gunn also said, like Marty said, why are we getting that before a Batman thing? James Gunn said that like nothing gets greenlit unless it's like a finished script and it's good. So maybe it's just something good. I know it's going to be a low budget film. I kind of like this. It's like you're introducing other characters. Like we know Batman's coming, and there's also another Batman universe out there right now, like the Robert Pattinson Batman. So like Batman fans are getting their taste of Batman. They had a Penguin movie, their Penguin series that was just out. Like maybe we take a step back. We take time to introduce other rogues villains or rogue gallery villains of Batman, and just like let's take a second. Let's take a second. We also saw him in Creature Commandos for a second. You know?
Yeah, dude.
Two things. What was last summer the Batman series that came out? And not the animated series. It's
Cape Crusader.
You asked me because I saw it before you.
Yeah.
I told you the first episode was Clayface, and it seemed Scooby-Doo-ish to me. Now, granted, it's a
Clayface?
cartoon. Yeah, that episode seemed very Scooby-Doo-ish to me. Now, granted, it's a cartoon, so you can kind of do that shit.
Yeah.
But that, and two, Derek, are you more excited for the Batman 2 over Superman or Clayface? The Robert Pattinson one?
That's a good question.
I feel like I'm more excited for that to come.
The fuck out of here, dude. You're starting a whole new universe.
I'm more excited for Batman 2 than I am Superman. No shade to Superman on this, sincerely. I'm not trying to talk shit on him,
Okay.
but I just fucking love Batman.
Thor's a pussy.
That's a lie.
Thor is the pussy.
You couldn't take Thor, let alone Chris
I
Hemsworth.
could beat the shit out
As
of
a
Chris
Superman
Hemsworth.
fan,
That's
John,
not true.
it would take one to know one. So,
Oh, yeah. Good call.
You
That
couldn't
was
even-
great. You
I don't
got
even know
me.
if you could take Liam Hemsworth.
I would beat the shit out of that dude.
I think he would pick up Steve and
I would.
beat you.
What was that? What was that movie that he was in where like you kill everyone? What is that? What is that?
I don't fucking know.
what?
With the girl and she had the arrow.
Liam Hemsworth?
Yeah, the fire.
Oh.
Fire.
Oh, Hunger Games?
Yeah,
Hunger
I would
Games?
eat that
That's
dude
not him. That was
alive.
his brother.
What,
He's
there's-
the movie
there's
where
Liam
he
Hemsworth.
kills everybody.
That's Liam in the Hunger
Yeah,
Games.
he said I couldn't even beat Liam.
So you
Oh,
can't.
okay.
So you're trying to beat up like an 18-year-old Liam Hemsworth? That's your
I'll tell you
reference?
what.
Dude.
I'll tell you what.
Trying to
He's
beat
running
kids
around
up,
in the
dude?
woods.
I'll tell you
scared,
what.
starving.
Kids up in the woods?
Me and my dog Clark versus the Hemsworth
Oh,
brothers.
Clark, don't
were
even get me. Yeah, all right. dude.
Pollywopping the floor
That
with
dog
him.
can't even play fetch, dude.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm surprised your true
Dog
or
just
false
slays
wasn't
around
true or
and
false.
drools
Golden
on him.
retrievers are cool.
Yeah.
They are. They
Yeah.
are. All right. So anyway, I'm really excited for this movie. Courtney, do me a favor. I'm gonna send you. Do you have HBO Max? Max?
Yeah.
I'm gonna send you the episode of Clayface from Batman the Animated Series, and just let me know what you think about it.
Okay.
You've watched Batman the Animated Series is classic.
Banger.
But it's a really good show, and it's a really good episode. Steve, I'll
Batman
send it
the
to you
Animated-
too.
We're sorry, Steve and James. We're
Wait, I
going to try to
watched
get
it.
back on track.
Yeah,
The animated series is better than the Cape Crusader. Cape Crusader's
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Totally agree with that.
Mr. Milktoast, Superman has Batman's intellect, Wonder Woman's strength, the Flash's speed. No, he doesn't. Martian Manhunter's ability to phase. No, he doesn't. He's called Superman for a reason. Stephen James, Batman is the bigger cheat code because of his morals. Superman could be the bigger cheat code because he could blink and kill people.
But he's
Thank you, Stephen James.
soft.
Has it been announced Clayface is the Batman 2 villain or something? No, that wasn't announced, but they are just doing a standalone Clayface movie. Mr. Milktoast, Golden Age Superman wasn't above tossing somebody off a building and letting nature take its course. All right, not wrong. Batman's also murdered in every movie. Just saying.
No, you put
Stephen
them to
James.
sleep.
Hey, people, I don't have to save you.
They're
Yes, you're
sleeping.
still killing them.
Sleeping.
Hey, people that can lift a knot
A lot of weight.
lift a knot of weight.
Not
A lot of weight. If you read the next line down, you'll see he corrected
Oh, I'm
himself.
sorry. Let's get back on track. And then Batman the Animated Series was all time great. The stuff that came afterwards, not so much. Mr. Milktoast, you ain't lying. Let's go back to this next topic.
All right, let's move it along. All right, Nicholas Galitzin has officially wrapped filming on Masters of the Universe.
What was his name again?
Is it Nicholas? Is it Galitzin? Galitzine?
Galtazine?
Galitzine?
Galatzine.
I've never heard this guy's name
Galitzine.
before in
Dude,
my
let's
life.
do it.
I'm raw dogging this
Galatzine.
name right
What's
now.
the director I
Galatzine?
can't pronounce?
Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah, Terry.
Got me.
Make a short of this
You got
guy
me on
pronouncing this
one.
dude's name. Good.
Don't mention short around me, shorty. All right. Little guy.
I'm
over
an
here.
actual 6 foot.
That's cute. So was I in 11th grade, dog. Anyway.
All right.
All right. Nicholas what's his name, has officially wrapped filming on Masters of the Universe, sharing a behind-the-scenes shot of his bulging physique on Instagram with his sword in hand. This is a very suggestive description there, John. Thank you.
That's ChatGPT.
Sure. Anyway, he's calling it a role of a lifetime. He's been eating 4,000 calories a day
Not enough.
and lifting intensely to embody He-Man.
Debatable.
And the movie, also starring Jared Leto, Camila Mendes, Alison Brie, and Idris Elba, will hit U.S. theaters on June 5th of 26 via Amazon MGM Studios. John, do you think what's-his-name's transformation is enough to truly channel the power of Grayskull? Or is He-Man still beyond his reach?
This dude's built like Steve.
Huh.
What a fucking disappointment. You can't tell me a guy with this physique is He-Man. He-Man's supposed to like make me look small.
So like classic Arnold.
He-Man needs to look like Arnold in his prime. Absolutely right.
That's what I'm saying.
You
Yeah,
can't be tossing
that's-
some scrawny bitch that's built like this motherfucker over here and then think like, oh yeah, that's He-Man. He's huge. Maybe the general public understands that, but not the real meatheads. 4,000 calories a day? Ha! I did 6,000, for a year.
Where's your movie?
It's a good question. I got a sword.
Where's your
Clark
wig?
could be Battle Cat. You give me a wig and let's start this hashtag. Steve, what do you got?
I mean, it's the same shit we've been saying. It started with Superman, and it's just like they're getting average Joes.
Yeah.
It's just crazy
Yeah.
because he's doing all this training for what? Like, he doesn't look like it. If you're
No.
gonna be a superhero, look like a superhero.
Yeah. Dude, especially He-Man. Like I
But
know
all
I
of
know we
them.
argue about Superman and stuff, and like we go back and forth on that. But He-Man, the guy needs to be an absolute yoked monster.
Like that
Yeah,
Hercules.
that-
is
he was
just
like one of the OG mass monsters, man.
especially when
They-
like your costume or whatever, like you're shirtless.
I don't want
Yeah.
him to be able to
Like,
scratch
yeah,
his
dude,
own
you're
back.
ripped,
Like,
but there's a difference. Like ripped and jacked are two different things.
Yeah.
totally agree. Yeah, he looks good, obviously, but for He-Man,
Yeah,
you
like,
need
dude,
to be a
you need to-
freak.
yeah,
Like
you
you're good for the
need-
beach, man. Like your body looks great for the summer.
You need to be Mike
Yeah.
O'Hearn.
But to fight people, swing a sword, come on, dude.
Yeah.
I
Courtney,
think
what
they
do you-
missed
yeah,
out
O'Hearn
on an
needs to be more nerdy
opportunity
shit.
to cast Alan Richardson for He-Man because I feel like he would have been
Old
a
Thad
better
Castle
choice.
himself. I do like him though. That dude's
That's
think-
the
I
I
think
don't think you like him.
Giant.
I don't
That's the
think-
one you don't like.
I don't
That's
like him.
Reacher, right?
I don't think he's
Yeah.
a great actor.
Yeah, he's Reacher.
But I also like they're talking about him
range
being
between
Batman. Like
Reacher
he
and
should
Thad
not be
Castle
Batman.
is
Nah, I think
insane.
I don't
he
think
might
he
be
should be
too
Batman.
big
No.
for Batman.
Yeah.
No, he's not Batman. I agree
He
with
doesn't
that.
look like a Bruce Wayne.
He
But
looks
like
like Captain
I feel like
Adams
he
is
could
what he
pull
looks
off
like.
He-Man,
Yeah, 100%.
He-Man.
He is
but
Captain
Batman.
He-Man
Adam.
or like Hercules.
Or even Booster Gold, he would crush a Booster
That's
Gold.
the physique.
Yeah.
But-
I
See,
thought
the
they
thing
missed
is,
out
like,
on an
I'm
opportunity
just
there.
gonna say it, right? Because everyone else, like, I don't care. These guys, man, when you want to lock in and like become a superhero and like, oh, I'm eating 4,000 calories, I'm doing this. It's like, dude, sprinkle in some anabolics, little vitamin T.
They all do, dude.
What would Debologen do?
I'll tell you right now.
Don't talk to compound. No, don't. No.
But like, you know what I'm saying? Just a little sprinkle.
Yeah. They all do.
Like, look superhuman.
I'm gonna say it. They all would.
Terry would be
Well, they're
a
not
great
doing the right
booster
way.
gold. Sorry, I've been saying this for years, and Terry hates it. I think Terry would be a great booster gold.
100%. I'll back that.
Terry, I hope you're watching. Booster
They
gold.
hired
But anyway,
Booster goes
you're
through.
not a fan of that guy.
Who?
Reacher.
I don't think he's big enough for the character. And the same thing with Dolph Lundgren. I thought the guy was ripped up, but he just wasn't. I need size.
Yeah.
I need.
Well, you know
I need
who was on? I think he's on the most recent season of Reacher, who makes Alan Richardson look like a puny little.
Oh yeah,
pipsqueak.
that's
the
the security
Dutch,
guard.
the guy
Yeah.
who's known as the Dutch Giant.
He's a 7 foot tall. Yeah, bodybuilder.
He's 7'2". Yeah, he's bodybuilder. He weighs 350 pounds.
Now, see, that's what I'm talking about.
That's what we like.
Yeah,
But,
but you still have to be like have the aesthetics too a little bit.
And you need to know
Yeah.
if you're leading a movie too. You need to know how to act. But Mark
All
Reichert.
right, I'll give you the acting part. He's not.
I mean, He-Man. It would be a better option. Even like Chris Hemsworth would have been a better option as He-Man.
True.
Mm.
Yeah. I agree.
Mark Reichert said podcast is a hit. Been enjoying these. Thanks, Mark.
Thanks, dude.
Mr. Milquetoast, I worry about the He-Man movie. I hope that they get it right, considering that they've been working towards it for a long time now. Yeah, I agree, man. Masters of the Universe. I did like the cartoon they had a couple years ago on Netflix.
Yeah.
I did enjoy that. Mr. Milquetoast, sounds like the actor's doing the Rock's diet. No. Mr. Milquetoast, did Dolph embody the role of He-Man in the previous live-action movie from the 80s as far as muscles go? No. He needed to be. He was leaned up, but he didn't have the size.
But
I would have put about 30 more pounds on.
I think the same with like you'd have the same argument with like Lou Ferrigno as the Hulk.
No, you can't CGI the Hulk. So in like the 70s when that show came out, it made sense to have like the largest bodybuilder of the time to be that guy. I know what you're saying though. Stephen James, Terry would be a great booster gold. Mr. Milquetoast, the Reacher actor, played Aquaman back in the day. Yes, he did for Smallville. Jack Paluzzi, love me some dudes talking about other dudes' bodies. Thank you, Jack. We're a part of that.
Happy Pride, guys.
Flannel Queen, Jacqueline Paluzzi. Ha. Derek, last topic.
All righty then. All right, staying with the horror theme. We've got more big news in horror. Blumhouse just took over the Saw franchise. The studio behind Get Out and Megan now owns half of Jigsaw's legacy. And even crazier, James Wan and Lee Whannell are back in the mix. Could this be a full-blown creative revival for Saw? Let's break it down. What
Courtney, go ahead.
you got?
Oh my God, it's been so long since I've seen any of those movies. They were good though. I think they originally started coming out when I was, I think in high school, which is like so fucking long ago. But I don't think I've seen all of them, but I think I've seen most of them, and they were always fantastic. I mean, I've many moments that I have cringed at. Specifically, I forget which one it was in. I think it was in like 3, where the girl gets thrown into the pit of like syringes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That scene.
I think that was 2.
Yeah.
Was
Yeah.
it 2?
But regardless,
I think it was, but that was a
That scene has always stuck in my head as like the most cringy scene to watch ever, just
just gave me
because
chills.
I couldn't. Yeah.
That or when he just got to put his hand in the box and it's like a razor blade.
the
so it
razors
goes
are
in
Oh my
fine.
God.
Yeah, so it goes in.
Yes.
That,
Oh,
yeah,
I
that one
feel- I
made
can
me.
fucking
Yeah,
feel
that one
my
made me cringe
Skin
too.
crawling thinking about it.
Oh.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it fits in right with the Blumhouse theme, right? Like they make like lower budget bangers, and they make a ton of money from doing it. And I don't think Saul ever had a super big budget, so I think that this thing could be revived. If anyone's going to do it, it's going to be him for sure.
Well, all the
Yeah.
Saw movies took place, like 90% of the movie took place in like one house or warehouse or wherever it was
Yeah.
taking
Like one
place.
set.
So
Yeah.
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 Yeah, those are pretty cool. Yeah, they came out high school. I remember watching the very first one and just trying to get ahead of like what this plot is, like what is going
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
fun to watch.
The first one was great.
I got a little, I don't
Completely threw me for a loop when
know, over it after
in the
like 6.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'd be excited to see him bring it back and do well.
The new one was great.
Yeah.
I watched it and I liked it.
Yeah. I just became like, I don't know, my eyes glazed over. Anyway, I'm just like, all right, I get it.
Like
Saw.
another
Like,
one?
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine.
He's back again, the little
Yeah,
man on
I'm
the
surprised.
tricycle.
The guy's been dead for like since the third
He
movie.
never
and they just keep
dies.
having him.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know. But I mean, very iconic, that creepy doll, the whole, would you like to play the game?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
very fun. Yeah. Could be a good time.
All right, so that wraps up most of everything.
I think that's about it.
And listen, we'll just speed this up. I saw, you guys didn't see it, right? 28 years later?
Mm-mm.
I know you didn't.
Can't
No.
wait to see it. But
All right,
not
so
yet.
listen, I saw it. I won't go full spoilers, but I'll go a little bit of what I thought about it. When I first saw this movie, I was expecting to see like the first or second one, the kind of theme and the style. This is one of those movies that made me, I had to give it a second thought. Thanks
Okay.
to the Paluzzi family. They made me rethink my stance on it. When I got out of the movie, I didn't like it. But when I gave it a little bit of thought, I was like, listen, it's 28 years later. So of course it's going to be a lot different. The world is going to be different. But when I first watched the movie, I wasn't feeling like I was in the 28 universe.
Okay.
Um,
I've heard it's more zoomed in. Is that, would you agree
It
with
is,
that?
and there's a lot of like shots of like for example, like the movie's happening, then music starts playing, and like soldiers are marching, and then like weird kids are like going to school. Like I don't know, it's just weird things. It's Chris Paluzzi explained it really well. I'm not even going to get into it, but it was very. It was just like when you watch it, you're like, what the fuck am I watching? But there are a lot of cool things to the movie that later was explained to me because I didn't get it. And it makes me want to rewatch it now.
Okay.
There's tons of flaccid penises. So if you guys are looking for
Nice.
flaccid penises,
Happy Pride.
go see that movie for no other reason than that. But the zombies have evolved, which are pretty cool.
Nice.
They're almost like broken up into gangs, and they all have categories. If you guys, it's not a spoiler, but like each gang has like an alpha, and the alpha is like 7'5" He-Man, and it's hard to kill that motherfucker.
I don't want a He-Man zombie.
And the entire place, right? So like the entire UK is like quarantined,
Okay.
and other countries have like ships that are like circling it. So like I was just like, why didn't America just drop a bomb on it and just end this thing? But that wasn't the decision because that wouldn't make the movie happen. But I want to watch the next one. I didn't like a couple of the things. Ray Fiennes, his character in it. He's just living amongst the zombies, but he has this. He's a doctor and he has this stuff, iodine, and it like they can't sense it. So a lot of things, and I'm interested to see the next one, but I think I need to rewatch the movie. I would give
Okay.
this 3 bicep flexes out of 7. Steve,
I mean that says it for me. 3 out of 7.
yeah. All right.
I mean, everything I saw on it was bad. I mean, they said there was ninjas in there. Ninjas.
Ninjas.
There are ninjas.
Ninjas.
It's called the Power Ranger ending. It completely the genre.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
The genre film, like it just completely shifted this movie.
So I'm interested to see why, like, Chris
So curious.
wants you to see it again.
No,
like-
I want to see it again.
Yeah, I know, but
after
like-
talking to them,
So Chris liked it.
Chris loved it. He said it was very inspired by Apocalypse Now. So if you ever watch Apocalypse Now, you watch that, you're gonna know like the director was a fan of that film.
Okay. That helps. Good job, Chris.
Yeah,
Bad job, John.
we got to get Chris on. Jack Paluzzi, Chris's wife, said it was amazing. She loved it too. She actually explained a lot to me that like made me come around to like rethink it. So see, I have an open mind, Steve.
To certain people.
Yeah.
It's funny how like when
People I
someone
respect.
like I mean Courtney, showed it perfectly today. When someone else says my thought, you agree with them.
It
All I
wasn't your
gotta do-
thought. It was because it's explained differently.
I mean,
Because when I have a disagreement with
Wow.
you, you'll tell me to get fucked. And then immediately, like, I don't want to listen to your point. And then you'll start to talk, and your point is even worse.
no shit. No,
When
it's
Courtney
not.
explained it, I was like, you know what? That makes sense.
Okay. If someone tells me like whatever and I tell them and the first thing they say is get fucked, I'm tuned in, right? I'm tuned in.
Yeah.
Right? I'm locked in.
Yeah.
So I either want to
Yeah.
gouge your
I don't
eyes
know
out
if
or
I'd
What,
like,
say
what you
yo.
got to say to me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
No.
Prove me wrong.
All right. Well, listen, let's wrap this thing up. Next week, guys, we're going to do Hero or Zero. So we're going to go the following month. So we're going to do July's movies. We're going to run them down and figure out if they're a hero, meaning they're either financially successful or just we think it's going to be good and why, or a zero, like it sucks. And spoiler alert, Superman, Jurassic World, and Fantastic Four are all in that. So make sure you guys get ready for your heroes or zeros. Courtney, thank you so much for being a guest on this, our
Yeah.
8th episode. Also, Courtney gave us
Hopefully it's still okay.
a incredible
Whoa.
sourdough bread.
Nice.
And this thing, it's beautiful. It's like
Look at that.
artwork, I told her. And
Look at the crust on
Yeah.
the top, the layers.
we're
Oh
going to
my
divvy this
God.
up after the show and take this home
Enjoy.
to our respective
you.
families. Thank you, Courtney.
Thank you, Courtney.
Enjoy.
Courtney, where can people
Yeah,
follow
of
you?
course.
Where should people follow you?
Tell us about
Tell
what
us
you
all
got
about
going
what you
on.
got going on. Yeah, thanks.
Sorry.
Thank you.
I'm excited on this bread right now. Let's go.
Tear into it. Yeah, I mean, I stream pretty casually on Twitch. I try to stream every weekday, sometimes weekends. But yeah, you can just follow me on Twitch at flannel_queen. I'm on Instagram as well, but my handles are all over the place because apparently a lot of people like that handle. So, but you can find all my social medias on my Twitch.
There you go. Make sure
All
you guys
right.
give her a follow. And Derek, what about you, buddy?
You can find me on Instagram at symbolic51. You can also find my company online at Derek Baker Seal Coating and Line Striping. If you need any asphalt care taken care of or line striping, give us a call or an email.
What about you, Steve?
You can find me on Instagram at sbrown2124. Kind of a big deal,
I
but
just like it.
you know,
Kind of a
I
big
just like the
deal,
wholesomeness in the way he says it.
kind of, Mr.
Yeah.
Social Media over here. So listen, if I don't accept your friend request, just, don't take it personal.
Keep trying.
Yeah.
Don't think-
Don't,
Dylan,
don't
do
take it personal.
you want to express any social media or where people find you? And thank you for filling in today, dude. You did it all.
Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks,
my
Dylan.
pleasure. My pleasure. You guys can follow Yunk Junk at yunk.junk on Instagram, and also subscribe to the YouTube channel, Yunk Junk. And yeah, thank you.
And guys, make sure you like this video, you subscribe. We're at the Muscle Geeks podcast on every single format, social
Everything.
media. And if you're watching this later, make sure you like
Yeah,
it
thank
and
you,
let us know in the
Courtney.
comments what you thought about anything we talked about, and really help me out with the Superman thing because I got roasted. But that's it. Episode 8 is in the books. We'll see you guys next week. And thanks a lot for being in the chat too, guys. Talk to you.
Young John!